How to get shredded the sustainable way. Fat loss comes down to expending more than you consume, which can be done through eating less, moving more, a combination of the two. But what most people don't seem to mention is that when you try to do it all, right, you eat significantly less and move significantly more, adding in intense cardio, you will get results fast, but they won't last, speaking from experience. The habits you enact to reach a certain physique are the ones it'll take to maintain it. So if your fat loss plan isn't sustainable, neither are your results. You can only cut out carbs and all the foods you love, or do intense Stairmaster sessions for so long before your appetite catches up to you, your performance in the gym suffers, etc. Rather than looking at what all you need to cut out, focus on adding nutrients. Prioritize protein, fiber, and whole foods with every meal. The satiety from that alone will naturally kind of have you eating less. Volume helps too, so find a vegetable you enjoy. If there isn't one, learn how to make it taste good. Okay, I always recommend air frying, but if you're onto salads, you can always just throw a bunch of lettuce, spinach, whatever. Turn a few bite meal into 50, but do not neglect fats. Huge mistake I've made previously. As counterintuitive as it sounds, because yes, fats are the most calorically dense macronutrient, they are slower digesting. Okay, so they are going to keep you fuller for longer. Not only that, they are essential for hormone health, which includes leptin and ghrelin that are responsible for hunger and fullness. So opting for the fattier cuts of protein, the beef, chicken thighs over chicken breast, whole eggs over egg whites, will actually do you better in the long run. When it comes to the fitness side of things, prioritize your strength training. You do not need to be switching up your routines, doing higher reps, more days in the gym, more volume, none of that. Okay, especially in a deficit, your body is already at a downside when it comes to recovery. What it took you to build the muscle is honestly a little more than what it'll take to maintain it. When it comes to the moving more aspect of it, steps are going to be your best friend, and it doesn't need to be excessive amounts either. Start by assessing what you currently do. So say if you get 5,000 steps a day, aim for 5,500. Whatever you are currently doing, just aim to do a little bit more. Even if it's just a 10-minute walk in your morning, start with that. Smaller steps are more sustainable. It's not about how fast you can get there. It's about how long you can stay. Remember your why and just go try. I love you.
I'm actually not kidding when I say this, but every single time I go through something hard or like life is happening, whether it's job, friends, whatever, the answer every single time is to get shredded. Like, literally. I'm not kidding. Like, that's the answer. The answer is literally, okay, well, now I have to just get shredded, It's perfect. It's like almost it amps me up to get shredded. Like, every single time something hard happens in life, like, just in general, in any aspect, not even kidding. Job, struggling with the job, or my job sucks, I guess I have to get shredded. That's literally the only answer. Like, I just have to get shredded. And I remember I've always thought this way, even when I was in high school. And I was like, this shit's getting kind of hard. I just gotta get shredded. That's literally the only answer. And it works, let me tell you. Your life will improve. You work on your body, you work on yourself, and then all of a sudden, magically, everything else fixes itself. So, yeah, because it starts on the inside. I'm telling you.
How to get your dream body and how to get skinny. I promise you, it's super simple. You just need to start moving your body every day. I did my morning Pilates, 16,000 steps. I'm exhausted, but also I'm so inspired, and consistency is a key. You need to push yourself every day if you want to get the results. I don't believe that we should count our calories, but I do believe that we should stay active every day to have the best results.
You want to lose body fat, you want to look absolutely shredded, these are my results here. And I'm going to tell you what I would have done if I was to do it all over again. The mistakes I made, how you can avoid them, and what to do if you want to lose body fat and you want to start right now. So let's go through the misconceptions or things that I thought were going to work but actually didn't work or had the reverse effect, what I learned along the way. So first, you think more is more. The more you work out, the more you're doing cardio, the more calories you're going to burn, the fitter you're going to look, the leaner you're going to look, the more body fat you're going to burn. And yes, that's correct, but there's also a lot of other factors that come into play. So when I first started, I was doing these crazy HIIT workout classes. first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, and you've seen videos probably about me talking about cortisol and how that affected my inflammation and everything like that. And yes, these were great for body fat, but I think that what happens with cardio and what a lot of people don't understand is your body adjusts and it becomes a plateau, if that makes sense. So you start plateauing and you realize that you almost need to take it to the next level or need to level up in some way for your body to like learn a new adjustment and have that shock system for you to start burning more body fat. So for example, I've seen a lot of people on TikTok, they're doing like 45 minutes on the Stairmaster. I wouldn't go into a fat loss process and start doing 45 minutes on the Stairmaster every single day, because you're going to get to that point where you plateau and then you're going to have to do an hour. You're going to feel so burnt out. You're also going to, yes, burn so many calories, but you're going to be so hungry and so hungry for carbs in particular. And it's going to be so difficult to be in a calorie deficit. That's why walking is amazing and an amazing form of cardio. Is because yes, it burns body fat, but it doesn't burn carbs. So it means that you won't feel that really big level of hunger, and it's not going to be as hard being in a calorie deficit, but you're still going to get the same results. So if you want to do the Stairmaster, if you want to do cardio, my suggestion is to do it like 2 days a week after you work out, not before. And that's now what I do just to maintain my physique, as well as getting 10,000 steps in a day. This was crucial. Get more steps in if you want to do more cardio rather than upping the amount of cardio that you're doing. If you do want to do Stairmaster and stuff like that, start small and build up, so then your body's not plateauing at this crazy base, and then you have to keep going beyond that and you're going to get so burnt out like I was explaining. So I would start like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever that may be. For cardio, what I do now after my workouts is I do 10 minutes HIIT. So I do like sprints on the treadmill, like 1 minute on, got sprinting, 1 minute walking, and do that 5 times. Or I do the exact same thing, replicate that on the Stairmaster, just because I like getting it out of the way, to be honest. Like, I don't want to be here for a whole hot minute doing cardio, you know, I don't really like it. So that's what I do. I train 4 days a week. When I was in my fat loss phase, I thought the more you train, the better. But what you start realizing is rest is just as important as working out. So 4 days a week is perfect. You want to have that time where your body's recovering. That's where the magic happens, okay? Sleep. This is also something that's so important. I thought like working out more, burning myself out is going to make me the best version of myself, but also this is not sustainable. It's not creating a lifestyle. The results that you see on the screen that I showed, that's years apart. So it was like before, and then exactly 1 year later, and then exactly 1 year later after that. So you want to be getting better and better and looking better and better as time moves on, and create a lifestyle from it so it's maintainable, not just a quick 12-week like process where you lose the body fat but then you're just going to gain it back again, because that's not the point, right? So that's all about cardio, working out and everything like that. Make sure you're following some kind of program and staying consistent though. Like, rest is important, but not too much rest, you know what I mean? Like, you need to make sure that you're following some kind of program or some kind of structure when it comes to your workouts. If you want to do body recomposition, which means like turning your like fat into muscle and building muscle and looking the way that you want to look, like I wanted a small waist, bigger bum, like more defined upper body, you want to make sure that you're doing progressive overload. And honestly, like if you're in a calorie deficit, if you're in a fat loss phase, you're not gonna like look huge. Like, I think people think that if you weight train crazy, your muscles are gonna look insane. But if anything, it's going to just preserve the muscle, make sure it still stays there, looks good, so you look toned and fit, which is the goal that you're after probably if you want the look that I have. So the thing that a lot of people also don't realize, just to end this off, is how important food is. And I think what I was doing that I did wrong was turn to things that were like marketed as low calorie or high in protein or all these crazy things. And they just weren't delivering me the results like Whole Foods were. And that's because with Whole Foods, you can do volume eating, which means there's lots of fiber. It's going to keep you full. You feel like you're eating more and you're not eating like these little things, or you're trying to eat the things that you want. So say like pizza and, you know, ice cream and stuff, but then you feel like you've got to restrict yourself for the following rest of the day, or the next day to feel like you could have fitted in, if that makes sense. So I personally just completely got rid of all of that stuff and all of the packaged stuff, literally just started making food from scratch, getting whole foods and making sure everything was so clean, I felt like I stopped snacking, was seeing way better results. I just felt so much better. And I know it's so basic, like it feels like, yes, eat healthy, work out, but these are things that you learn and you don't realize in the moment. You're like, yeah, and then you actually realize that they work. So make sure, yes, you're eating in a calorie deficit, but eat lots of protein, really high in protein. People think it's just about the calories. It's not. It's about the macros. So get the macros that you need. Make sure that you're fueling your body with the correct foods and the correct macros. It's my best advice. If I was to do that straight away, I feel like I would have seen results so much faster and a lot less inflammation in my body.